So I guess you have already heard about Python. Python is a massively popular language which is used for algorithmic trading, and in this video we shall be mostly talking about Jupyter. So Jupyter is the environment of Python in where you can write the code in one by one line and you can evaluate the code. And before we do that, let's start with the beginning, which is installing the Python. So after we install the Python, I shall be also showing you that how to install the Jupyter and come to the current environment. So let me just show you that how Jupyter works. So this is Jupyter. As you can see, you can just go right there, print hello, and if you execute that, it will type hello. And also you can just execute step by step. Like let's say we are assigning a variable to my name, like we're assigning this variable to my name Amit, and we are printing the variable, so it is storing the variable in that whole session. So in this whole video I shall be showing you that how to install the Jupyter in your system so that we can evaluate the code step by step by executing line by line and find out the flaws, that where the mistake is exactly happening. Anyways, before we do that, let's go back and install Python. So let's click on python.org. So it will open their site and our first job is to find their latest version of Python. So what I have done, I clicked on the hover on the download and it is showing me the last version. And whenever you are opening this, it may be that you might have to struggle to find the last version. But at the end of the day, the last version of Python will be in this site only. Also, you may have already installed Python. But what I am showing you here, that you may have missed one important point, which is adding the Python to the path. Like you can see in this image, in the first place when you are going to install, you have to click this tick mark. Generally it is not ticked by default. No worries, if you have already installed the Python before this video, you can just reinstall it. It will not have any effect. As you can see in this place, you need to click on the tick mark and click on add Python 3.8 to the path. This version number will change whenever you're watching this video or this tutorial in the later time, but that doesn't matter too much. And this is the site of the Jupyter. Now the step 2. The step 2 is installing the pip. Pip allows you to install pre-written well-packaged codes written by other users. Like in your own community of Unofficed, if you go to unoffice.com, you can click on the upper right side and you can join the forum by there. Okay, and there are many users there, and this session already happened there in a live interactive way with like more than 4,000 member, and you can see many people are participating, asking questions and stuff like that. Now, Alice Blue is a broker. You may have already known about that, and we have designed the API wrapper of Alice Blue written in Python. Alice Blue gives us the free API as we are the subbroker of Alice, and this nice code has been written by a senior community member named Krishna. As you can see in his Git, that this is all the codes, and you can just install all the codes using a simple line: pip install alice_blue. That's it. It will install it, and you can use that code like you have written it, right? You do not need to write huge lines of code. You can just use someone else's code. It is already packaged in a predefined way. To install that, you need to install the guy who installs that, right? So you need to install the pip. So installing pip in the Windows is a very popular method. So basically you can just write how to install pip in Windows. It will give you numerous websites. You can just go through them and it keeps changing. If you follow the official link which I have given here, it is written in a very lawyerist language and very hard to understand. So just go here. It will be always about downloading some file. Like I'll show you. It will ask you to download this file, getpip.py, this one. Just save as. My downloads has so many of stuff. I'm going to the desktop. So let me go to the desktop. As you can see, the file is here. Let me just copy the path. Let me open in command prompt cd. Just pasting the path, it will directly take me to the desktop, and I need to type the file name python get pip.py and press enter. I'm not pressing that because I have already installed the pip and I don't want to get messed up, because last time when I did that it messed up everything. So if you have not installed it fine, and read the article if you want. That doesn't matter. Now the next step is installing the Jupyter notebook. Now that you have pip and Python installed, what you need to do, you need to open a command prompt and type pip install notebook. It will install Jupyter. As I have already installed it, it is saying that requirement already satisfied. And once that is done, type Jupyter notebook. It will open your browser. My browser is already opened and it is opening like this. Now go to new, click on Python 3. That's it, you have this notebook. Now let me show you something. Go to the GitHub and go type NSE Python. It will show you my repo where I have done the NSE scrapper Python. It will allow you to scrap the NSE. So just install it using the command prompt pip install NSE Python. So it is already installed. Now go at this link. I want to show you various functions of this thing. From NSE Python import this one, type print indices. So this star means it is running. So it will take some time because I am running this first time. Let me show you some other commands. Print fno list. See, all these things are running. I am pressing shift plus enter, which is shift plus enter. Alternatively, you can just do also one more thing. Let me show you. Now let me just also type the y data. You can also click on run here. See, it is coming perfectly fine. Correct? Now keep exploring the other commands here. There are so many commands and it is developed by the whole community of Anofist. And there are so many inputs and stuff like, see, all these things will work. Magnifty underlying value. We shall be using this command into our project. So I want you to see the documentation and see one by one what is happening there, what other codes are there. Like you can see the NSE results. Let me just type NSE results here. It is showing you that which company has results tomorrow. It is directly fetching from the NSE. There are some more commands. Print NSE code. Yeah, let me just copy all of this one. Let me delete whatever I have commented there. Okay, it will not run properly. See, this is the important thing, that this quotations marks has to be changed properly, otherwise it will show error. See, this is showing error, so you need to fix all of them. I'm just showing you that it works. Now what I'm telling, this NSE fetch function, it is a very important function. Let me show you NSE India site. Let's say you want to, let me show you in detail that how I made this API, okay, and how this whole scrapping thing works. So see, it is reading the writing that processing request. Let it flow. When you are doing this, press Ctrl Shift J. It will open another Chrome window which is called Developer Tools. Go to the Network tab. I'm showing you a minor hack. It is not like the hack like the movie stills. Okay, so that's it. Click on the preserve log here. Let me show you that what is happening on Nifty. Where is that? So when I am clicking Nifty, it is fetching so much APIs. I am just clicking on the, see, market status, the market is right now closed. So this is fetching different kind of API. Sorry, I opened the editing window. Give me one more minute. Let me just zoom it. Whenever I'm doing that, see, I'm just opening this in new tab. So much of stuff is there. Like if I click on the option chain, see what is happening there. Option chain indices, Nifty. This is getting called. So you can see that when you are clicking on the website and something you are doing, what is happening on the backend, which images are calling, which data is calling. Okay, and you can see the every data here properly in a very detailed manner, and it works in every website. So that's how the websites work, right? So how to understand this whole thing? Let me start with something small. Let me start with this one. So this is a called JSON data. So what is JSON? Just type what is JSON. A JavaScript object. It is a JavaScript object. Okay, and it is very popular thing. Like many API, like Zerodha, LS Blue, and every other broker, NSE, and many website uses this one. So this is basically JSON format. So how to understand this format in a human way? So this website link will be given in the video, in the comment section or the note section. Just go here. I have done something previously. Just paste it. See, it is coming like in this way. So I will show you that how to fetch this to Python. So how to do that and how I came to that idea properly and step by step. Go here, click on right click, copy, copy all as curl CMD. I'm assuming that you are slightly tech savvy because these things you may not understand and it will look very much difficult if you do not understand coding at all. After you've done that, you have a command. So go to curl trillworks, paste it. It will automatically convert you to the Python. Copy it. So this curl command is automatically getting converted to Python. And let's see if it is working or not. I'm just going there. I'm just typing the response dot txt. Just response is fine. Response is coming 404. So let me just check. Slight debugging is always needed. Still the response is coming 404. So let me debug first. So this is the data. What is the URL here? So this is the URL. I am just removing the data as of now. It looks like nonsense right now. I am also removing the param thing because this is already here. So let me see if it is working. So the code is running right now. It looks like stuck. So I'll be removing the cookie referrer, client data, this one, stopping the code. I shall be running it back. Anyway, so if you see in my NSE Python code, let me just show you in the GitHub. You can see that how I have written this code. So I have taken this as a header after like lots of hits and trials. Okay, so it is stuck there. So this is my header as I have written there. So I have defined the NSE fetch function. So what is it? Let me show you. So this is the NSE fetch function. Now see what happens. I have not imported my library. I'm just showing you that the usage of NSE Python. I want to import this. It is hanged very bad. Okay, now it is fine. Let me just run it again. Yeah, see, it is coming perfectly fine. Correct. And now you can play with this NEC fetch data with many things, like we can make a variable like this. We have this variable. Now let's say we need to know the market state. Now go to here. See, this is the market state variable which contain four variables. Correct. So you can see the structure like that. So it contains four variable. So let's take the first variable, which is 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. So this is the first variable, and let's take the first variable's first data, which is this. See, it is showing you the data, the last traded price of Nifty. And you can also see there are many various things it shows there. It shows capital market is closed or not, currency market is closed or not, commodity is closed or not, debt market is closed or not. There are four kind of markets in NSE exchange. Okay. So you can write a small function that will tell you that market is closed or market is open. So that's it. Let's see you in the next video.